One of the questions I hear from people, usually not at the first interview because they're not concerned about it, but maybe a month or so into the case is, if we don't reach an agreement, who's going to decide my case? And that becomes very, very important because the judges have a great deal of discretion in Minnesota to make decisions, so their own personal feelings about situations, their own interpretation of case law, they get to do pretty much what they want to do as long as it's within the framework of the law, and that gives them a great deal of discretion. Once you file for divorce, you usually get your judicial assignment in about 6 weeks. In Hennepin and Ramsey County, that can be a judge or it can be a judicial officer known as a referee. The difference between the two is that judges do rotating assignments. So your judge might have been in family court for a month or maybe 2 years, usually not much longer, and the referees are committed to their assignment. So if you're a family court referee, you've been there for years usually, and you have a great deal of experience. And so the good side of that is they're very experienced. The downside of that is if they're a referee on your case, you're going to have them forever. They're not going to rotate out like other judges. But once you get your judicial assignment, you have 10 days to remove the judge without giving any reason. If you miss that 10-day deadline, you have to have a specific reason to remove the judge, such as bias or conflict, and those are very hard to get. So that 10-day period is very important. So you need to talk with your lawyer about who the judge is assigned to your case, whether that judge would be a good fit for you, because the time period to remove them is so short. One of the things we've seen a lot of in the last few years is commonly called private judges. You'll hear the term consensual special magistrate or special magistrate, but what it is sometimes they're retired judicial officers, sometimes they're lawyers who are actively practicing, and other times they're lawyers who are mediators. But they're assigned or hired by the parties to take the case private. And they have to be paid for, so you have to pay for them out of your marital assets. So why would somebody do that when they can have a free judge? Well, the court dockets can be very long, and if you want to have your case move along more quickly, that often can happen with a private judge. If you have a case that you want to have the least amount of public exposure, people in that situation often will hire a private judge. And then some of the judges that you would get, you wouldn't know anything about them if you went through a regular court process. And the private judges, there are few that are qualified to do family law, and your lawyers will know, are they timely, are they reasonable, do they have good disposition? And so for those people that have the resources, a private judge can be a very good option.